Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is the part 2 of MT2 linear algebra, and in this video we are going to discuss the previous year questions. So before solving the question, let's discuss some of the important terms. So let's start from the matrix. So every matrix is equivalent to the equal matrix. We know this, but there is another term for that is, look, suppose example A and B are orthogonally similar. If I want to say that the matrices are simply similar, then it is like this. Now 1 2 3 4 5 6, suppose this is the matrix, so this will be equal to this only, right? These are similar, simply similar, but there is a term that orthogonally similar. So if I am saying that A and B are two matrices which are orthogonally similar, if A is equals to x t b x, t means transpose, x transpose b x. So here B is the given matrix. Suppose any matrix B has been given, okay, and if we can find this x, then we can easily find the transpose of the x, okay. And if we will put the matrices in this form, then we will get another matrix which is orthogonally similar to the B. So what is x mean actually? Look, where x is an orthogonal matrix, okay. So just now I am explaining you the name of the matrices, then I will tell you that what are these actually, then we will jump to the solution of the questions. So here A is known as the canonical form of B. So what do you mean by eigenvectors actually? Let's look at this. So eigenvectors, if for any matrix A there exists a vector V such that A V vector is equals to lambda V vector, where lambda is the scalar and V vector is the eigenvector, okay. So what does it actually mean? Look, before we already know about the matrix. Suppose I am taking an example of a matrix. Look, here I have taken 1 2 0 2 1 0 0 0 minus 3. So look, like this there are many matrices, okay, but in some matrices this holds good. Example, suppose this is matrix A. For a matrix A there exists a V vector, okay, there exists a V vector such that after multiplying this two, this matrix and this matrix, after multiplying I got 3 3 0. So after taking the 3 common out, what is left here? 1 1 and 0. Look, this 1 1 and 0 is similar to this, right? That means there exists some vector, okay, to which after multiplying some matrix we will get the same vector again. Look, this is the same vector I got again, but there is a multiple, scalar multiple. So the possibility of existing of this vector is not 1, it is more than 1. So 1 1 0 is the eigenvector and 3 is the eigenvalue. Now come to this again. So orthogonally similar, and where x is the orthogonal matrix, no? So what do you mean by orthogonal matrix? Orthogonal matrix contain normalized eigenvectors. That means, look, if this is the eigenvector, then what do you mean by normalized eigenvector? Okay, so look, I took suppose an eigenvector is 3 4 5. Here I gave an example of eigenvector 1 1 0 by proving, no? Now I am taking any arbitrary eigenvector. Suppose this is 3 4 5, so I can write it like this. So what is the normalized eigenvector? Look, this is the first element divided by square root of first element square plus second element square plus third element square. Like this was the second normalized element. Here 4 divided by again square root of first element square plus second element square plus third element square, comma, third element divided by square root of first element square plus second element square plus third element square. So after solving this, I'll get here the normalized vector. So to find the normalized vector, we need to know what is eigenvector, right? So if we found the normalized vector, this is my orthogonal matrix, okay. Here I took only one eigenvector, so I got one normalized vector. Suppose I have two eigenvectors, then I'll get two normalized vector. Suppose I am getting three eigenvectors, then I'll get three normalized vector, okay. So according to that we will find out the orthogonal matrix. So after finding the orthogonal matrix, look, this is my orthogonal matrix. I can find the transpose, okay, by changing the columns into row, and after replacing this we will get this canonical form which is orthogonally similar to B. What this will be? This is in the form of this, right? where the eigenvalues are the diagonal elements. Okay, so this is the condition just I talked about, that there exists some vector, okay, for a matrix. After multiplying these two, I'll get the same vector. Okay, and there it is also possible that some scalar value, that is known as the eigenvalue. So this is a general statement, and using this we can find the characteristic equation. That means from this generalization we got our characteristic equation. Let's see that. Okay, so let's discuss what is characteristic equation. So this is our generalized statement. Okay, so a v vector is equals to lambda v vector, where a is the matrix, lambda is the eigenvalue, and v vector is the eigenvector. So if I will shift this lambda v vector to left hand side, it will be minus lambda v vector. Okay, so after taking the common v vector, what it will be here, it will be a minus lambda is a scalar quantity, no? Okay, but this is a matrix, so to represent this as matrix, there is no matrix, so just I wrote as I. Example, if there is like 2 is there, okay, and nothing is multiplied here, that means I'll multiply the multiplicative identity 1, just like that. This is the identity matrix. Okay, so I just wrote this. After that, if I will shift the v vector to the right hand side, it will become 0. So a minus lambda I is equals to 0. So this is the equation we got. And what does this equation mean? This means that a minus lambda I vector is a zero matrix. So if it is a zero matrix, then it is not invertible, right? So if this is not invertible, we know that the determinant will be 0. So this is the final result we got after generalized statement. So this is true for every matrix. Hence known as characteristic equation for every matrix. So whenever in any matrix is there, now we are using this characteristic equation. Why? As this contains lambda is the eigenvalue, no, and we need to find the eigenvalue. Why? Because if we have the eigenvalue, we can find the eigenvectors, right? And after finding the eigenvectors, we can find the normalized eigenvector. After finding the normalized eigenvector, we can find the orthogonal matrix. Okay, and after finding the orthogonal matrix X, we can find the transpose of that, and after that we can find the orthogonally similar matrix which is in the canonical form, right? So every time this lambda is very important, so we are using this characteristic equation. Okay, now this is another term which is diagonal matrix. You know what do you mean by diagonal matrix? Where these are the non-zero element, the diagonal elements are non-zero element and all other elements are 0, right? So here how to find out the diagonal matrix? No, D is equals to P inverse AP, where D is the diagonal matrix, A is the matrix given, and P is the matrix that contains eigenvectors or modal matrix. So look, this P contains eigenvectors. Okay, but what is the orthogonal matrix X? Just I showed you, this contains the normalized eigenvectors. So there is a little bit different. And one more thing, what do you mean by orthogonal matrix? In the orthogonal matrix, no, the transpose of the matrix is equals to the inverse of the matrix. That means I can say the transpose of matrix multiply X is equals to identity matrix, because we know that any matrix and the inverse of it gives us the identity matrix, no? So we can replace these two because these two are equal in case of orthogonal matrix. And orthogonal matrix contains the normalized eigenvector, but this P is known as the modal matrix. You can represent the modal matrix with capital M also. And remember, if I'm considering this as the eigenvalue, so sometimes eigenvalue can be 0, it can be negative, it can be positive. Okay, so if it is getting 0 anywhere, no, then that cannot be an diagonal matrix. Okay, because diagonal matrix means the principal or the diagonal elements must not 0. Okay, just I told you that what is the I told you what is the modal matrix and what is the orthogonal matrix. Look, I told you that modal matrix contain eigenvectors. Suppose these are the eigenvectors. Okay, then we have to always represent one on eigenvector in column wise, right? If we'll represent this like in row wise, then it will be wrong. So x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, z1, z2, z3, this is my modal matrix. Okay, because this contains the eigenvector. But what is the orthogonal matrix? The orthogonal matrix contains the normalized eigenvectors. Remember, to find out the normalized eigenvector of this, first element divided by square root of first element square plus second element square plus third element square. Just like the second element divided by square root of first element square plus second element square plus third element square. So third element divided by square root of first element square plus second element square plus third element square. Just like that, these are the normalized eigenvector. So this is my orthogonal matrix. Okay, so now before jumping to the previous year question paper solutions, we will go through this for better understanding. Okay, so now consider a quadratic form of order 2. So this is a quadratic form of order 2 because the degree is 2, no? That's why. Let's represent this as q. Q is equals to x square plus 2xy plus 3y square. So how to represent this quadratic form in the matrix form? Look. No, so I just wrote here x, y and x, y. So what I did, I just divided it into 4 parts. Okay, so what is the first place? What should I write? Look, this is the combination of vertical element and horizontal element. So for this place, this is my vertical element, which is x, and this is horizontal. So I have to multiply x and x square. For this place, this is my vertical element and this is my horizontal element. So x multiply y is xy. For this is my vertical and this is my horizontal. So again, this is xy. For this place, this is my vertical and this is my horizontal element. So y and y is y square. So this is the matrix representation of quadratic form of order 2. That means whatever the quadratic form we have read till now, we can represent that in the matrix form like this. So what is the value of x square? This is 2, no? So I just wrote here 2. And this is y square. The coefficient is 3, so I wrote it 3. Now what about xy? Look, there are 2 xy, no? Okay, so what is the coefficient of xy? Is here 2. That means I have to divide this 2 in 2 parts. Look, I can divide it in various way. Like I can write here 1 and 1. I can write here half and 1 half. I can write here 0 2. I can write here 0 2, like this. Anything I can divide this as, right? That means there are many variations that I can represent. Okay, so right, this division, there is no unique solution. So there need to be some fix, right, to get some unique answer. So what is the uniqueness here the mathematicians have taken? That is, they took the symmetric division. Symmetric division means whatever the number is here, the number should be here. So I have to divide it in equal part. So if I am dividing in equal part, then this is the symmetric matrix, no? So this is the unique solution, right? We cannot take the varieties of solution, okay, to find some unique solution. So we have to take the symmetric division anytime. Look, okay, I'll also give you example of 3 variables. At that time we will understand that what do you mean by actually symmetrical division. Okay, so this is the q, and we can represent this q is equals to xtax. Yes, where x means x and y, 2 variables are there, and the transpose of x is x and y is here, no? I have to change it like this, and this is 2 and 3, and here always I have to choose the unique solution, that is the symmetrical division of the matrix. Okay, so after multiplication of this you will get q, so you can check this. Okay, you can multiply this, you will get the same answer. And remember, if you are changing this to 0 2 or 2 0 or 1 half and anything, no, you will get the same. But for the unique solution, no, we will take the symmetrical division. One more thing, why the transpose is here, you can check that if you'll exchange the position, no, you cannot multiply it. Okay, you can take as your own example and you can check it out. So look, again, this is quadratic form with 3 variables. So how can I represent this quadratic form in the matrix? Look, there are 3 variables, no? So this is my x y z, okay, and this is x y z. Now I divided this part. Okay, so for this place, what is the vertical element? X, horizontal is x, so x multiply x is x square. Now for this, x and y. Now for this, z and x, xz. Now for this place it is xy. Now for this place it is y square. Now for this place it is yz. Now for this place, this is x and z. This place y and z. This place z square. That means the diagonal elements are the squares, no? Now look, how am I representing it? So the coefficient of x square, coefficient of y square, and coefficient of z square. Now this place is xy, right? There is xy, there is xy, 2xy, no? So I have to divide the coefficient symmetrically. So what is the coefficient of xy? It is plus 12. So how can I divide it? Plus 6 and plus 6. Now this is xz and xz, right? So what is the coefficient of xz? Minus 2. So I have to divide that minus 2 in symmetrical form. Minus 1, minus 1. Now yz and yz. So what is the coefficient of yz? It's minus 6. So again I have to divide it in symmetrical form, that is minus 3 and minus 3. So this is the unique form I can represent, right? Look, I can divide the coefficient in any ways, like there are many ways to divide it, okay? But what is the unique solution? To divide it in symmetrical form. So this is how we have to represent the quadratic form into matrix form. So this is the next thing you need to know. There are three possibility of solutions while solving equation. Now look, there are two more methods to find out the solution of the equations, that is Cramer's rule and Gaussian elimination method. So after solving, look, there may be three kinds of solution: independent, dependent, and inconsistent. Okay, so independent means, that means this is unique solutions or consistent. Look, example, suppose x has only one value, y has only one value, and z has only one value. So this is my unique solution. You already know about this. Now many solution means they are dependent. Okay, like here look, this is in the matrix form, no? So in the matrix form I can write this. Suppose this is the x, this is y, and this is z. So I can write this as x, and this is my z, no? Plus 3z is equals to 4, and this is y minus 2z is equals to 0. Now look, in this matrix, no, 0 is equals to 0 will come. Suppose you are writing all the equations in x, y, and z form, no, this may come that after solving it will come as 0 is equals to 0. Here you will find that they are dependent. Like you can find x is equals to 4 minus 3z and y is equals to 2z. If you will take the z as constant, so you can get the solution as 4 minus 3z, 2z, and z, right? So these are the dependent. This is many solutions. Like if I put 1 in the place of z, no, then this 2 will change. If I am putting minus 1, then again this 2 will change. So there are many solutions, and this is also consistent. Okay, so in which case there will be no solution or the equations are inconsistent. This is in the matrix form. Like if look, this x, y, and z coefficients are 0, and this is the right hand side of the equation, that means after solving I will get something like this: 0 is equals to 2 or 0 is equals to 4. So these statements are not true, right? That means there is no solution and the equations are inconsistent. So these are the first kind of questions, that is on reduction of the quadratic form of equation into orthogonal canonical reduction or normal canonical form. This is my collection of the questions from last 5 years. Okay, so there are in total 10 questions. So we will solve this now. Find the orthogonal canonical reduction of the quadratic form, this one. Also determine its principal axis and signature. Now look, how to find our orthogonal canonical reduction of the quadratic form. So here, have a look at this. Now you know that what is canonical form. In the canonical form, lambda or eigenvalues are the diagonal element. So to find out the eigenvalues, what you need to do is you have to apply the characteristic equation, that is this one. So this is the question first I wrote. So this is the quadratic form, and there are three variables, no? You can write x, y, z and x, y, z. Okay, this is just by mistake I have drawn this. This is not wrong. Okay, so this place contains x square, xy, xz, and this place is xy, this is y square, this is yz, and this is xz, this is yz, and this is z square, right? Now I have to replace the x square, y square, z square. 2, 5, 2, the coefficients, 2, 5, 2. Then xy again, this is plus 6, so I have to divide it symmetrically. So what are the places xy? This and this, so 3 and 3. Now yz has been given, coefficient is minus 2, so places of yz are this and this, so minus 1 and minus 1. There are no coefficient for xz, look, so I just put it 0 and 0. After writing the quadratic form in the matrix form, what I need to do is I need to put the characteristic equation. Okay, Look, so I just wrote that characteristic equation is b minus lambda I, determinant is equals to 0. Then I just replaced this b lambda, and what is the identity matrix of 3 by 3? This 1 1 1, and all other elements will be 0. Now I just multiplied the lambda, this will become this. Then I have to subtract, so 2 minus lambda, 3 minus 0, 0 minus 0. So you know this already, no? So you can find it out. It will be like this. So after this, I found out this one. You know how to find the determinant? Now, after generalizing this all things, no? Look what I got. So this is the equation what I got. Look, after simplification, after you do simplification, you can check it with it. Okay, so I will suggest you to do practice. So here this is the equation of degree 3. So for here we need to do substitution method. So I just substitute 0 1 minus 1 2 minus 2 like this. So when I put the 2, no, I got the 0. Look, if I'll put 2 here, this is 2 to the power q, which is 8 minus 9 2 square plus 14 multiply 2. You can do and check it yourself. You will get 0. So that means lambda is equals to 2 is one of the solutions. So what I need to do is I need to shift the 2 to left hand side. So this will become lambda minus 2. So lambda minus 2 is equals to 0. So lambda minus 2 is one of the factor. So I just wrote it. Then I have to divide it. Look, lambda cube minus 9 lambda square plus 14 lambda divided by lambda minus 2, so that I can get the other factor. And what is the other factor? I got lambda square minus 7 lambda. Look, again look, this is the quadratic form of order 2. Okay, so here look, there is a lambda, no, I can take it common out. So lambda multiply lambda minus 2, lambda minus 7 is equals to 0. That means lambda is equals to 0. Lambda minus 2 is equals to 0. So lambda is equals to 0. Lambda minus 7 is equals to 0. So lambda is equals to 7. So I just directly wrote that the values of lambda are 0, 2 and 7. That means there are 3 eigen values. So for the eigen values, I need to find out the eigen vector. So how I can find the eigen vector? Look, this is the matrix 2 minus lambda 3 0 3 5 minus lambda minus 1 0 minus 1 2 minus lambda. So I have to replace the values of lambda here. Okay, so I just replaced it. First I'll replace it with 0. Look, so I first replace it 2 minus 0 5 minus 0 2 minus 0, and all other elements are as it is. So to find out the eigen vectors, I need to form the equations. So there are three variables, so it is x, y and z, and the right hand side will be 0 0 and 0. So after this, look, I got this one 2 3 0 3 5 minus 1 0 minus 1 2 and x y z and 0 0. So here this is, look, this all these things will always get multiplied with x, and all this will be multiplied with y, and this will be multiplied with z. That means this is 2x plus 3y, there is no z value, is equals to 0. So this is again 3x plus 5y minus z is equals to 0. Again this will be 0. This is minus y plus 2z is equals to 0. So as I told you, you can solve it in various ways. Now look, this is my equation 1 and equation 2. This is equation 3. So from this I got y is equals to 2z. Now I will replace this y and y. Okay, so that here look, in the first equation I'll get 2x plus this will be 6z. Look, 2x plus 6z is equals to 0. So x is equals to minus 3z. Okay, so now again in this second equation, if I will put the 2z, I am getting the same thing, x is equals to minus 3z, right? So that means they are the dependent solution. Look here, y is equals to 2z and x is equals to minus 3z. That means y and x are dependent on z. So what I can do is I can take any value for z, as these equations have many solutions. So look, I took that, let z is equals to 1. So if z is equals to 1, y is equals to 2z, so replace this z with 1. 2 multiply 1 will be 2. Now here replace the z with 1, it will be minus 3. So the values of z, y and x, look, x, y and z, minus 3, 2, 1, this is the solution. And how I should write it in column wise. So one eigenvector is minus 3, 2 and 1. The similar way I have to replace the lambda with another value, that is 2. Look, this is the matrix and I replaced the lambda with 2. Okay, then I just found out the equations. Look, there is only 3 and 3 will be multiplied with y. So 3y is equals to 0, so y is equals to 0. Now here I got the direct value, which is y is equals to 0. The next one will be 3x plus 3y minus z is equals to 0. Here I got the value of y. Now I can put it here and I will get 3x minus z is equals to 0. Look, I wrote here putting value of y in equation 5. So 3x minus z is equals to 0, so z is equals to 3x, right? And the last equation is minus y is equals to 0, that means y is equals to 0. Again I am getting the same value for y, that means the value of y is 0, but value of x and z are dependent, that means there are many solution. Okay, I replaced the x with 1, that means z will be 3. So one solution is 103. So there are many solutions, so I just took one solution. So this is my another eigenvector. I got it and I'll represent this in the column. That's the eigenvector. So again here I have to put the value of lambda, that is 7. This is the third eigenvalue I found out. So again I have to replace this in the matrix and x, y, z. Look here, what I got, the equations are minus 5x plus 3y is equals to 0, 3x minus 2y minus z is equals to 0. This is minus y and minus z is equals to 0. So from this third equation I got y is equals to minus 5z. Now I can put the value of y here. So putting the value of y in first. So what I'm getting is x plus 3z is equals to 0 and x plus 3z is equals to 0. So both the equations are same. Okay, so hence we can get that x is equals to minus 3z. Look, x is equals to minus 3z. Okay, before we got that y is equals to minus 5z, that means x and y are dependent on the z. Okay, so if I'm taking z equals to 1, x will be minus 3 and y will be minus 5. The solution is minus 3, minus 5 and 1. So whatever the solution I'm getting, that is my eigenvector. Okay, if I'm writing that in the column form, right? So I have written minus 3, minus 5, 1, 1, 0, 3, minus 3, 2, 1. So this is my eigenvector for the value of 0. This is my eigenvector for the value 2 and this is my eigenvector for the value 7. So you can interchange this, like you can write your 103, you can write your minus 3 minus 5 1. Okay, you can write your minus 3 2 1. You can exchange these things. Okay, but you cannot write this solution in row wise. Okay, you have to write always it in the column method. So one more thing I told you, what is modal matrix? Modal matrix contains all the eigenvectors, right? So these are the eigenvectors, so I wrote it, this is my modal matrix. So I told you that normal eigenvectors, look, minus 3 2 1 was the eigenvector. So what is the normal eigenvector? You have to write divided by within square root, square of the first element plus square of the second element plus square of the third element, like this. This is the second normal eigenvector, this is the third normal eigenvector, and I can find this one and I can replace this in that is normal matrix or orthogonal matrix. Remember, the orthogonal matrix or the normal matrix contains the normal eigenvector. So this is my first normal eigenvector. Again I have to represent this column wise. So minus 3 by root 14, then 2 by root 14, then 1 by root 14. Okay, so again I have to represent this also in the column method, this also in the column method. Always I have to represent the matrix, the eigenvectors in the column method. Okay, so what is the principal axis? Every time it is asking you in the exam to find the principal axis, right? So after finding the normal matrix, what is the principal axis? Look, x, y, z, these are the variables given in the question, right? So this variable has coordinate transformation. Okay, and what you have to write, that x, y, z is equals to this, the normal matrix multiply some another variable. I wrote here x1, x2, x3, you can write anything. Okay, what do you mean by signature? Again you need to know about this. What is the rank? Rank is the number of non-zero eigenvalues, index is the number of positive eigenvalues, and signature is the difference between the number of positive eigenvalues and the number of negative eigenvalues. That means you need to first find out what are the eigenvalues, and we have already that. So one more thing, you know that what is the canonical reduction form? The canonical reduction form is the transpose of the normal matrix and the matrix and the normal matrix, or we can directly write it as the values of the lambda, that is 0 and 2 and 7, and other elements will be 0, right? So this is the canonical reduction form. So look at here. So signature is eigenvalues are 0 to 7, number of positive eigenvalues is 2, number of negative eigenvalues is 0, so difference is the 2, so your signature is 2 here, right? And this is the coordinate transformation. Remember, you can write the x can change to minus 3 root 14 x1 plus 1 by root 10 x2 minus 3 by root 35 x3. So we can replace the x with this. Okay, this is the coordinate transformation. So we will read about this later. When the question will come, I will tell. And after this, I will just show you the answer, and only the equation part I will explain, and wherever it is need, I will explain.